Okay, hi guys, welcome back to a video where we solve the Google Arcade solution. And today's topic is orchestrating the cloud with Kubernetes. Today is May 6th, 2026. So this video is very latest, and you can watch this to stay up to date and solve this problem if you've got the same problem. Okay, we're gonna start the session. Okay, we're gonna make sure that our thing is clear. Okay, while it is starting, make sure that you open the lab in an incognito panel. Why incognito panel? Because otherwise Google, your existing Google account might conflict with you with this lab session, and because of that you might incur some additional charges. Opening it in incognito prevents all of this, and let Google's properly use the session. So give it a minute or so to fully authenticate and authorize. Once it does, we're gonna scroll down to Google Kubernetes engine section, and then in the dashboard we're gonna open the shell, cloud shell. It's gonna ask for two permission. Just give it authorize and continue. Should be automatic because there's only one temporary account in the incognito panel now. All right, looks like it's still working. Yeah. Once it does, set your font size to medium for better readability, and I'm gonna copy the first command that I can see here. Basically, this command is going to set the default compute zone for this session. Now, one thing to note here, for me, the session is US West 1C, but for you, it can be different as per your session. Okay, so make sure you do not just simply copy paste from the video. Okay, here I have encountered an auth login error. You can see here it says that error, you do not currently have an active account selected. So you also might get this same problem. This actually happened because Google was not properly able to authorize the cloud shell. We're going to simply close the tab and open a new one, and this will like let Google reauthorize me again. So this, let's see if it works. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same thing. If the problem doesn't resolve, yeah, see it now, this time it resolved. Okay, I was able to see this updated property. Now I'm gonna start up a cluster using gcloud. So I'm gonna copy and paste. So it might take some time, so hang in tight. Okay, I'll see you guys once it has fully completed. All right, so it looks like the command ran successfully. You can see status running here. So let's get the sample code. Sample code is basically the repo that we are gonna use to deploy the code using kubectl. Okay. So one thing here, the code is already prepared and deployed to cloud storage for us, which we can simply like download here by this command. Once we do that, we're gonna like cd into the directory of Kubernetes here. We're gonna simply paste. That's it. Now we're gonna skip ls. We don't need that. We'll quickly go to task 2, where we'll create a deployment for nginx. It's not really needed, but just showing you what it does. So it's gonna create a deployment of nginx with the version of this, where we can expose the nginx deployment on port 8080. Port 80, sorry, 180. There we go. Yeah. Once it does, we're gonna skip this, and we will need to click on this button. Let's click on this button. Yeah, here it gave an error because the deployment is still ongoing. So if I do this kubectl get services and paste it, right, it will show me pending here. See, pending. So give it a minute or so. Once it properly like initializes and every step here completes, then only this button will work. Still pending. We'll check the button. Let's see if it works. Yeah, it worked, right? This time it worked. I did nothing, same stuff. Okay, pod. Task 3 pod. Basically, pod is about a folder or a group of multiple nodes in a single thing. So pod contains group of containers plus also volumes. Okay, and each pod will have only one IP. If you want to know more about the pod and how they work, you can look into this or this. Okay, there are multiple stuffs, multiple articles also. This is very simple, but for this lab solution we will not go into detail. We'll simply skip it, and then soon come to task 4. Task 4 step 3. Okay, we're gonna create a deployment. Create a pod first. We'll create the pod, and then once that done completes, simply go to task 5, where we'll do this. So we'll do that in a new terminal. Come back to the new terminal and right click, paste, done. Right, so this will give you this, and that's it. Now come back to the first terminal again. Here you will have this on 7 number, on 7 step. You can copy this and paste. Okay. While that works, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. We don't need any of this. Scroll down, tasks. Oh yeah, here it might ask you for password, and the password is password. So come here, right click, paste. Okay, one thing to note here, you will not see anything, because that's how Linux is. For password, it doesn't show anything. You simply paste it and then enter. It worked. Go to task 6, about services. There is nothing to do here, so we're gonna skip task 7. We are already inside the Kubernetes folder, so we can skip this also, and focus on 3, and then simply copy this, right click and paste it. Simple as that. It's gonna create a secure pod for us, which is named of this. So we're gonna come back here and paste this one also. Right, so that works. Once that works, we're gonna click on this button, but it will take a minute or so, as I've already told you guys before, because the creation process takes some time. So meanwhile, we're gonna create the firewall rules also. Paste this. While that is working, we're gonna scroll down, scroll down. Let's see if there is a label part, right? So we're gonna copy this, paste, enter. What else do we have to do? I don't think there is this deployment, which we also need to do on task 10. Directly jump to task 10 and copy this command, which we're gonna create the thing object, and then we're gonna create the auth one also, paste. Then we will simply do the fortune deployment, create, and then expose it. Lastly, the last 3 command that we can see here. That's it. So that's it for this. Let's just go scroll up and click all the buttons to make sure everything has worked. So click on this, then click on the this task, complete task, then this one, adding labels to pod, which we did. Done. Then about deployment, which also we just now did. So we're gonna click on this too. That's it. Okay, so that's all for this session. Before we end this, make sure there are that you have 5 checklist all marked as green. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and lastly there is one more at the top, 5. There we go. Okay, all green, marked as green. I'm gonna end it now.